quick gist. Before I got into the industry, he paints this whole picture like, if you don't bend that ass over, you ain't gonna make it, bro. You ain't gonna make shit in this industry, but he was so selling to it. You know when person they talk to you, they look and say,
Lately, the world has been watching the fall of a music titan, Sean Diddy Combs. A man once praised as a mogul, a mentor, and a maker of stars is now being unmasked for something far more sinister. Multiple lawsuits, disturbing allegations of abuse, manipulation, and exploitation of artists who trusted him. In the eyes of the public, Diddy isn't just falling, he's being exposed as the ultimate puppet master of pain behind the glamour of the stage. But here's the question nobody's asking. If Diddy could operate like that for decades in plain sight, who's playing the same role in Afrobeats? Of course, on October 31st, 2024, singer Tiwa Savage hinted during an interview with the Beat 99.9 FM Lagos that the Nigerian music industry might have its own version of Sean Diddy Combs. They move in silence, but nothing moves in the Nigerian music industry without their hands. They're not just musicians, they are power brokers, gatekeepers, and, some say, quiet tyrants. Every hit track, every artist's rise or fall, every sudden disappearance, somehow they're always connected. Today, we dig into the shadows and expose the faces behind Nigeria's most controversial music power plays, the real-life Diddys of Afrobeats. This isn't about gossip. This is about power. In this episode, we take the mask off. We're naming the names, unpacking the feuds, and exposing the Diddy-like figures sitting atop Nigeria's billion naira soundscape. From Wizkid's silent threats, to Olamide's Headies meltdown, to Don Jazzy's grip on the game. This is the dark truth beneath the beat. These are the hidden lords of Afrobeats. Let's get into it. First up, Don Jazzy. On the surface, he's the cheerful godfather of Nigerian beats. But in 2013, the tone shifted. Wande Cole dropped Babyface. And Don Jazzy, instead of going through private channels, went public. He called him out on Twitter, accusing him of stealing an unreleased demo. Wande fired back, and within 48 hours, he was out of Mavin Records. No press release, no sit-down, just gone. Years later, the pattern repeated. Ricardo Banks, Tiwa Savage, yes, the same Tiwa, and others quietly left the label. All at their peak, all without fanfare. Silence can be louder than noise, and with Don Jazzy, it's often the silence that speaks volumes. While we may not place our hands on exactly what's happening on the inside, there are several occurrences that, if placed side by side with Tiwa's hint during her interview at Beat FM, we may have our mouths very wide open about Don Jazzy. Nigerian singer and content creator Oluwadola revealed a bizarre request he got from a gay music executive as a condition to promote his songs. He shared the allegation on Instagram via a story on Sunday, October 20, 2024. In the caption, he stated, "You will promote my songs, but make I first bend over, make you enter my yench. ENK.R, sir." Reacting to the post via the comment, Don Jazzy dared the skip maker come singer to name the person that asked for sex to promote his music. He wrote, "Tag the person or it's a lie, sir." His comment didn't sit well with many netizens who also slammed him. One, Juliet Chi, wrote, "Why is Don Jazzy always defending anytime this issue comes up? Same thing he did when Kunle spoke about it in his interview." So, who's Kunle Remy? And what was he talking about? Plus, what did Don Baba reply him? Kunle, a popular Nollywood actor, while featuring on the Honest Bunch podcast, had stated that at the time he was about to join the entertainment industry, a friend introduced him to the popular entertainer for help. The celebrity proposed that they become gay partners while referencing people who have made it big via the illicit act. Kunle Remy claimed the entertainer gave him a candle and oil as a lubricant with a promise that he can get into the limelight within a short time.
Okay,
This guy comes downstairs with a candle and a jar of oil.
What?
And tells me I should, because he says I'm a virgin, I should put the candle and the oil as lubricant and make it go through. Then after he will now come, check it, and then from there, he will now connect to me. I should tell him on my first month, I'll be driving the Benz. And I will touch some kind of money I've never touched. But look at you now, you are a hunk.
Reacting to the video, Don Jazzy berated Kunle for hiding the name of the entertainer, stating that mentioning his identity will avoid the molestation of upcoming people. He wrote, "Now, way you don't blow boss, you foretell us the person so we can make sure he doesn't molest innocent young upcoming people like that Could all these bantas mean something tangible going on in the industry? Second on our list here is Olamide, the street general, the voice of the trenches. But behind the street credibility lies a pattern of dominance. At the 2015 Headies Awards, he didn't just disagree, he erupted. His artist, Lil Kesh, lost the Next Rated Award to Ricardo Banks, and Olamide stormed the stage screaming that the system was rigged. Backstage, fists nearly flew.
You know, Adekule good. Let's be honest, this award belongs to Lil Kesh because Lil Kesh is our next rated artist. Fuck that shit! Baba Yana! Street is takeover! Every fucking single was a hit, back to back. From lyrically to shocky to FS Joku, could it down for anybody?
Olamide, if you want the car, come and collect it. God bless
you. On Twitter, he warned everyone not to test his madness. Then, just like that, the tweets were deleted and the beef dissolved. Rumors swirled, calls were made, deals were cut, power was flexed behind the scenes. And Olamide? He went back to building his YBNL empire, silent but dominant. Wizkid rarely says anything, but when he moves, people disappear. In 2019, producer Northboi, who worked on Soko and Joro, accused Wizkid of threatening him with a gun over publishing splits. It wasn't just a one-off tweet. It was a full thread detailing fear, manipulation, and a silent fallout that ended Northboi's presence in the industry. Wizkid never responded. No denial, no explanation. And that silence, it wasn't weakness, it was power. A reminder that Wizkid's empire isn't just built on vibes, but control. Naira Marley's story goes deeper, cult-like even. After his 2019 arrest by the EFCC for cyber fraud, he returned a street hero. Marley and music exploded. But under the surface, the label started looking like a trap. Mohbad, one of his key signees, went on Instagram Live, bruised and scared, saying he wanted out. He accused Marley and music of physical threats and abuse. Months later, he was dead. The industry was shaken. People protested. The label denied everything. But again, no arrests, no convictions, no justice, just silence and a corpse. Then there's Burna Boy, the African giant untouchable. In 2022, at Cubana Club in Lagos, reports surfaced that his bodyguards opened fire on a man who allegedly confronted Burna after he made a move on the man's wife. 2 people were hospitalized. The woman fled the country. Burna? He went on tour. No charges, no fallout, not even an apology. The man who once told us he doesn't need anyone in the industry proved it. When you're that big, you don't beg. You bulldoze. Fast forward to late 2024, controversial singer Darlington Okoye, better known as Speed Darlington, called out Burna Boy after American singer Sean Diddy Combs was arrested. It was reported that Burna Boy's Grammy Award win was questioned after Diddy was arrested. Many also asked questions about their relationship because the song that helped Burna Boy win the award had Diddy on board. After several testimonies against Diddy surfaced in court about how he silenced victims with power, could arresting Speed Darlington after he called him out mean suppressive attitude he got as being influenced by Diddy? Davido might be the most beloved, but he's not just the happy-go-lucky guy on Twitter. He runs his DMW label like a corporation. Artists come in hot and leave cold. Lil Frosh was dropped after domestic violence accusations. Fast, clean, PR-friendly. But when Peruzzi was accused of sexual assault by more than one woman, silence. No statement, no exit. Mayorkin and Dreamo, his frontline artists, quietly left. No drama, no interviews, just ghosted. It's as if nothing happens around Davido unless he allows it. That's not luck, it's calculated power. Kizz Daniel's saga is about legal grip. He was once tied to G Worldwide, a label so tight they reportedly wouldn't let him perform collaborations or use his stage name. So, he changed Kiss to Kizz and walked away. But the lawsuits followed. Multiple court cases, millions in claimed damages. Today, he runs Flyboy Inc. And now, there are whispers that his contracts are just as binding. Artists that came in with a bang, gone without a trace. The hunted has become the hunter. D'banj is a legend, but even legends fall. His split with Don Jazzy was dramatic. He left Nigeria, signed with Kanye West's Good Music, and tried to cross over. But it didn't click. Years later, a woman accused him of rape. Her hotel log didn't match the claim, but then again, D'banj was also accused of using the police to arrest and detain her. The case vanished just as fast as it emerged. His career never fully recovered, but the system didn't touch him either. When you once ran the game, it seems the game protects its own. Mr. Eazi came into the scene like a breath of fresh business air. With Empower Africa, he gave young artists funding, resources, and international plugs. But it wasn't shared. Some say it was venture capitalism. A few artists hinted at stiff splits, zero creative control, and silence once they underperformed. Joeboy emerged from Empower, but others disappeared into the background. When art meets capital, control always follows, even if it's wearing a smile. Clarence Peters isn't a singer, but he directs almost every hit video you've seen. In 2020, tragedy struck at his studio. Dancer Kodak died of electrocution while charging her phone. Clarence was detained and questioned, but weeks later, he was released. No charges, no answers. She died at his property, under his watch. But Clarence kept directing, because in this industry, silence is immunity. These are the lords of the Nigerian music industry. Some are loved, some are feared, but all are protected by systems that thrive in silence. Feuds buried in phone calls, scandals erased with NDAs, and careers ended by whispers. They may not be called Diddy, but they carry the same weight. And in Afrobeats, power isn't always loud. Sometimes it's dressed in applause and hidden in plain sight. Drop the names you think should be among the list, yet we didn't cover, in the comments, and trust Clout Theory to dig up their hideous behind-the-scene lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe.